How you doing? This is Dave Johnson, Grill Beast. We're putting together a brine to inject our shoulder with. It's a simple brine. It's the one I use all the time. You start off with a tablespoon of salt, tablespoon of sugar, and then from there you do a tablespoon of Worcestershire, however you say it. And it doesn't have to be exact, you know, something close. And 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. 1, 2, and then 2 cups of chicken stock. You can use broth, but the stock is more hearty and you get more flavor out of it. You just dump that in there. Okay, just whisk that up real good. Make sure everything's nice and dissolved. Okay, wrap the shoulder. There you go. Okay, for this, we're going to be using the perforated needle and the beast injector. Make sure you lubricate the O-ring. Okay. Pretty much always go in through the sides. You see that puffing up in the video? So you just make sure you get as much injection in as you can. Some of it will leak out, and that's okay, because most of it's staying in. You just keep spinning around. You know, for the most part, you always go in through the sides, but every now and then, depending on your shoulder, you might have to go a little bit at the top. So we have pretty much as much in there as we're going to get. See, it's starting to squirt out all over the place. Now with these shoulders, they have that big fat cap all on the bottom and like on the side here. I'll leave all that on. And the reason I do that is because all the heat's coming from the bottom. And so it's going to help protect it from drying out, and it's kind of going to marinate in its own fat. It's kind of like a fat bowl. So, and that's where you're going to get all your flavor and tenderness from. And when it's done, it's going to be like butter. So with these shoulders, because of the way that fat cap is, I don't even bother putting seasoning on that because it's so thick. There's nothing penetrating in that. I just put all the seasoning around the top and the sides. So some people use mustard. I use olive oil or regular vegetable oil because most seasonings need oil to break down, and mustard is not doing that. So if you don't use oil, you should try it and see if it turns out better for you. So you don't need a lot, just a little bit. Rub it down. That's pretty much it. And since it's going on the top only and the sides, you can be kind of liberal with it. Use plenty. It's a little bit different than a shoulder. I mean a butt. A butt has like lots of crevices that you need to peel back and get it in there. These are pretty tight. So that's pretty much it. Now, I already got my smoker going. It's a barrel smoker. I've been using it a lot lately. This thing is like about set it and forget it as you can get. I'm starting to fall in love with it. So usually I would use my big smoker, but that's a lot of work. In this one, I just start the fire, I let it go for a little bit, and it's ready to go. All right, so all you do, bring it over. This is how easy it is. Like I've had this fire going for, I guess, 30, 40 minutes. I just drop it on there. I'm gonna close it up. I need to throw a probe in there just to track the temperature. And when it gets 200 degrees, it'll be done. So normally you can figure an hour and a half per pound. That's a roundabout time it's gonna take for when you do big cuts of meat. But in this barrel, it turns out to be less time than that. So because I haven't done a whole lot of cooking on this barrel, I can't tell you exactly when it's gonna be done. But my guess is about 7 hours. And it's like a 10-pound butt. So if it's done in 7 or 8 or even under 10 hours, that's fast. And that's it. How you doing? This is Dave Johnson, Grill Beast, and there ain't nothing more badass than making a pumpkin pie on your Weber grill. It's beautiful.